If you live within Manhattan, watch Real Talk Self television show Fridays at 5:30 p.m. on Manhattan Neighborhood Network Channel 4 and also the HD channel. You can always watch a show worldwide. It streams live on mnn.org Channel 4 and HD. Make sure you tell your loved ones, everyone you know, okay, to watch Real Talk Self no matter where they are. If they're in New York City, watch it on television. And if they are anywhere else, they can watch it live stream on the television network's online portal. The RCN, Verizon, FiOS, and Spectrum television channels are posted on Instagram, and the Instagram handle is at Real Talk Self. Also below me right here, you can see the channel details and schedule for watching Real Talk Self TV show. If you want to send me messages in regards to being a guest on the show, let me know. And also any topics that you want me to speak specifically about in the entertainment, lifestyle, society news, or faith segment, I will do so. Whatsoever questions you have for me, just go ahead and message me on Instagram, instagram.com/realtalkself. And if you're already on Instagram, you can just go to the Instagram handle, Real Talk Self. Hi, welcome to Real Talk Self, your reliable source for society news, entertainment, lifestyle, and faith. I'm your host, Aisha. I have a wonderful show for you today. Check out the sponsors' acknowledgement, and I'll be right back with today's society news segment of Real Talk Self. So, welcome to Real Talk Self. Real Talk Self is sponsored by One Woman Man, One Man Woman. One Woman Man, One Man Woman dating feature is the dating brand above all for dating as a Christian single. So make sure you go and check out the website. It's One Woman Man, onemanwoman.love. I'm so happy to be with you here on Real Talk Self today. In our society news segment, we're going to talk about what's going on in society. Well, pretty much from me being very observant and familiarize myself with what's concerning people in our society today. We're talking about politics, we're talking about Israel, we're talking about things that's going on in different campuses, we're talking about so much that's going on in society in regards to people within our country who needs help in many different ways, different means that they need to be assisted with, and we're going to touch on each of those topics in this segment little by little. And first, I want to talk about politics. So I went to a first gala in one of our wonderful states, and it was amazing. And I was able to take photos with two very wonderful mayors that they do so much for the community. Their focus is mostly on the young adults, the children in the community, and they focus on them being proactive in sports. They make sure that the parents, they don't have to spend any money for sports equipment, for sports registration fees, for transportation after school to training and to sport competitions, and they invest in good quality trophies for the kids. They offer tutoring in their community, and this is not a political TV show. It's society news, entertainment, lifestyle, and faith, which makes up Real Talk Self. But I'll post pictures of the event that I went to, and if you recognize the mayors that I'm speaking of, I'm sure that you will agree with me when I say that these mayors, they are very in tune with the community. One of them, they even have like land where they won't allow anyone to, it's privately owned, but they make sure that no one like builds upon it to like block the view and the focus of community, and not so much as, you know, coming in and developing and forgetting what the basis is and what people, the versatility of the community is. And so going to the gala, I got a viewpoint of different people's perspective. Both I know we have liberals, we have a few political parties. However, the most domineering is the Democrats and also Republicans. And, you know, I got to see both sides of the story being debated and people giving their voicing their opinions and their concerns. And pretty much what it all boils down to me is based on the fact that one side is saying, you know, that it's, yes, it's completely freedom of speech and people being able to be accepted for who they are, no matter how they got here into this land. One side to me is pretty much saying it's like a free willy-nilly, just, you know, come and be you and everything like that. But then it's not taking into precaution the safety and the stability of people who are here. And then the other side is saying that we can't forget, you know, what this country was founded on and the values and the structure and the principles of the Constitution and the founders, the forefounders of this country. And, you know, they're like their values and their guideline and their principles. And I just, after observing and analyzing everything to the best of my ability, and I feel that my opinion is sound opinion and reliable advice, I just feel that it all boils down to we need someone to say, you know, I am coming from a perspective of having the people's best interests at heart and what is best for the safety and the elevation and the progressiveness and the productivity and the growth of the people. Because a house divided by itself, and I'm giving a metaphor and comparing us as a house, and the house divided by itself will not stand. So if you're in a family and you have the mother and the father, say they're married, to just give the most stereotypical, the most traditional, or the most standard-based criteria that we inflict upon ourselves about how a household should be. It's a married couple with their children, and then each individual from the couple has their parents and their family members and relatives together. But the immediate family would be the mother, the father, the children, the grandparents, which each side will call the in-laws. Okay, so say that's the circumstance right now. That's the household. And if the mother and the father are bickering and the grandparents are bickering and the children are bickering and everybody's divided, it's not going to stand. There's going to be confusion. There's going to be chaos. There is going to be insecurities, doubts, anxiety, and so on and so forth. And that's not something we want. So then what is the correct role? Because there are many ways that seems right to a person, but in the end, it leads to destruction. And without knowledge, you will perish. So what is the right basis? I propose that the right basis would be that the man is the head of the household and in charge and responsible for what's going on and what is supposed to be structured. Of course, other individuals within the family, the household, is able to voice their opinion, and it is supposed to be that the head of the household, the man, is able to take those opinions into consideration and with a loving heart make the right decision for the family. And so it's anybody who has that power, that ability to say so, and whatever the person says, that is what's supposed to be. The person has to have the freedom to say something, and later on it does not come and bite the person in the ass. Because when they make a decision, they should make a decision for the good of the household, for the good of the family. And if for some reason the decision that they made is off, or it didn't turn out to be how they wanted it to turn out to be, they should not be reprimanded, persecuted, or chastised for that decision that the person has made. Because pressure and life itself, life puts so much pressure on you that when you make a decision, yes, to the best of your ability, you make a good decision. But sometimes you're going to be off. Sometimes you're going to miss the mark. And if you are intimidated and you're fearful for making a decision that you think, okay, they're going to put my head on a chopping block if this decision doesn't turn out right, and you do the best of your ability to make a right decision, it's not going to be conducive or effective or productive or fruitful for the family if the person is afraid to make decisions. So I feel that people who are making decisions, they should have grace and mercy and compassion. Just like how regular people and other people in the family are able to make mistakes, and people say, oh, nobody is imperfect, even though the scripture says, be ye perfect, even as your heavenly Father is perfect. People think, I make mistakes, I'm a human. If I sin, God forgive me. If I make a mistake, people forgive me. Grace and mercy. So can you even imagine the person who is making the actual ultimate decision should feel they should have grace and mercy too, and compassion and love and understanding. That's why you have to choose wisely. That's why you can't be unequally yoked from your belief. So whatever side of the spectrum you are leaning towards, and whatever team you're on, whatever family you're going to be a part of, you have to make sure that within you that you make the right decision to the best of your ability, so that when decisions are being made, you do not persecute wrongfully or appall wrongfully or criticize wrongfully the person who you have put into that position to make decisions for the benefit and the well-being of your life. And you have to be honest with yourself, to your own self. You have to be true. Because even and I know we have the faith segment and everything like that, but I will say this, even when God led the children of Israel from Egypt to the promised land, they were complaining to God that what is going on? We're slaves. We're being treated badly. We're taken advantage of. And they're complaining to God about everything that's going wrong. And when God started to take them through the process of moving them from Egypt to the promised land, which is Israel, they were experiencing minor afflictions along the way because there's a process. The person Pharaoh, who was the one who was being a slave master to them, beating them, letting them work without eating, no vacation. The men were sleeping with the women, the children, the wives, and all of that. They were doing all of these things, inflicting all these wounds and having them build pyramids and structures with minimal compensation, for them or their family, just totally treating them like disgusting animals. Not all animals are disgusting, but just treating them as if they were nobody. The Pharaoh had them under captive that was really bad. Pretty much like Hitler with the Holocaust, and even worse, maybe 1,000,000 times worse, pertaining to what I've read in the Word, a quintillion times worse, right? But the point is, the people started complaining to God, and then when God started to bring them through the process, and everything you go through in your life, it's a process. Sometimes God works things out in our lives like instantaneous miracle, not magic. Magic exists because there are people who deal with magic and sorcery. But when you're talking about the terminology of miracles, that's when you're talking about God. And so sometimes God works things out instantaneously, and sometimes things are worked out gradually. So in this instance, it was a process, a gradual process of transition from bondage to freedom. And in this transition from bondage to freedom, there are people and circumstances and references and needs and wants and desires that all have to work together for good for the good of every person involved. And as God was transitioning them from the bondage to freedom, from captivity to freedom, from stress to no stress, they were starting to feel like they had to walk and they wanted things to be done faster than they do, and they were complaining. And I think why they were complaining was because when they started first voicing that they wanted freedom, and God rose up Moses to help them, they saw that he was demonstrating powers and miracles that other entities, other gods, sorcerers and magicians and whatever fake gods were doing, that they thought that, okay, there was competition there. But then for some reason, an 11-day journey became 40 years. And so they started complaining and saying, okay, well, let us go back to where we were because it was better. No, they were thinking that, okay, we worked. Maybe the food wasn't all that. The pay wasn't all that. But they worked hard. They were beaten. But when they ate, they ate. When they sleep, they slept. When they got money, they did get some kind of money. And they were able to have their children, right? But God's promised land was a land flowing with milk and honey. A land where giants were defeated. A land where you didn't have to work and get beaten. You worked and got paid and you got the benefits that you deserved. But you had to come out of the hand of a ruler that was putting pressure on you and stress on you. And so the fact that you saw it was even seemingly more work than what you're coming from, it wasn't, because you weren't physically building stuff with your hands and sacrificing, compromising your daughters to be married to people who were older than them, people who would want them just to be like a birthing center. All they thought was for them to have male child to carry on names and things like that, which they would call them bastards anyway, because they weren't giving them the full capacity of what they were entitled to, because they weren't even concubines or wives, they were just sleeping partners that got pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? And advancing their race, but not in an acknowledgeable way. They weren't acknowledging them. So when they see all of this going on, they started to doubt God. And God even provided for them where he made them eat manna, where he's like, don't even save any of this manna, like bread fell from heaven that they were able to eat. Don't save it, just eat whatever is sufficient for you, and tomorrow there'll always be more. That is showing you that God, the Jehovah Jireh, he'll always provide more for you. So don't put your trust in a system totally that's saying that we're going to be there, we're going to do this and everything, and then they renege on their word. Put your trust in God, that you, to the best of your ability, choose the right person that you feel like God is saying that you should choose to be head over your life, so that you're not divided. And believe God that every day he'll have the mercy that you need, the compassion that you need, the food that you need, the resources that you need, the provisions that you need, the money you need. He will keep your family safe. Your daughters will be safe. They won't feel like I can't have a job, or I can't be successful, or a queen bee, or a diva, or have the most luxurious life without being married. Marriage is good, but the apostle says, if you don't feel like getting married, okay. And if you feel like getting married, okay. But marriage is for grown-ups. And if you get married, don't get married to plan to divorce. Get married and choose as God's will to stay married and be fruitful and multiply. So therefore, with that being said, don't put your daughters in a situation where they feel like, I cannot survive, I can't pay rent, I can't pay bills, I can't do this, I can't do that, unless I have a man to support me, which is far from the truth. Because even though when God brought Eve to Adam, he did not plan for Eve to feel less than or anything. She made him from Adam's rib, and he said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Even though he's the breadwinner and everything, she had her part of it, because God couldn't find anything else to console him or keep him company of all his creation that is more enticing to Adam than the woman. But the woman is supposed to be a helpmate. not to be, you know, a mother, so to speak, or somebody put all your burdens on and stress on, and she's not supposed to burden and stress on you. She's supposed to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be and help me to you, so that when you come together, that the two becomes one and you coincide. So with that said, I gave you my what would Jesus call it? My parable in regards to politics and voting, and you know what's going on. And in regards to us being my brother's helper, and if you lend to the poor, you lend to God. You're supposed to be there for other people and help other people. First, you have to fix your house. Make sure that your house is clean, your bed is made, you have food in your house, your family is well fed, everything is taken care of, and you're able to speak into other people's life and stretch your hand out to help other people. You have to make sure that you take care of your house, and your house is not divided, and your house has structure and stability, and then you are able to extend. If for some reason the grass looks greener on the other side, believe me, it's not. And if it does, for some reason, is green on the other side, be so covetous of the other side in a way that you're not envious, but fix your grass so that your grass is green and flourishing, and you're able to help other grasses that are green and flourishing. Because if the grass is green on the other side over there, get your grass green on the other side. And you're not supposed to be focusing on their grass if it's green on their side. You're supposed to help the ones whose grass aren't green. So focus on you so that you're flourishing and you are being prosperous, that you are able to help others so they can be prosperous as well. But first, take care of your household. Make sure that your household. If you live within Manhattan, watch Real Talk Self television show Fridays at 5:30 p.m. on Manhattan Neighborhood Network Channel 4 and also the HD channel. You can always watch a show worldwide. It streams live on mnn.org Channel 4 and HD. Make sure you tell your loved ones, everyone you know, okay, to watch Real Talk Self no matter where they are. If they're in New York City, watch it on television. And if they are anywhere else, they can watch it live stream on the television network's online portal. The RCN, Verizon, FiOS, and Spectrum television channels are posted on Instagram, and the Instagram handle is at Real Talk Self. Also below me right here, you can see the channel details and schedule for watching Real Talk Self TV show. If you want to send me messages in regards to being a guest on the show, let me know. And also any topics that you want me to speak specifically about in the entertainment, lifestyle, society news, or faith segment, I will do so. Whatsoever questions you have for me, just go ahead and message me on Instagram, instagram.com/realtalkself. And if you're already on Instagram, you can just go to the Instagram handle, Real Talk Self. Welcome back to Real Talk Self, your reliable source for society news, entertainment, lifestyle, and faith. I'm your host, Aisha. If you live within Manhattan, watch Real Talk Self, your reliable source for society news, entertainment, lifestyle, and faith on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, Channel 4 and HD. If you live in Manhattan, of course, you can watch it on any of the TV broadcast channel, which is RCN, FiOS, and Spectrum, and it's posted right here. And worldwide, you can tune in live stream at mnn.org, and you scroll down to Channel 4, which is the Culture Channel, or the HD channel. Please stay connected with me via social media, which is Instagram preferably, at Real Talk Self. So in our entertainment segment, wow, Buenos Aires, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Buenos Aires. From Buenos Aires, there is a Miss Universe. And Miss Universe, she is an attorney. And she is very beautiful, very smart, very intelligent. And she is 60 years old. And yes, the pageant is entertainment, but the role that Miss Universe plays is important. It has a lot to do with society and lifestyle. It has much to do with the whole of what we should be structuring. The person has to be involved in a lot of areas that concerns our productivity. But my point for the entertainment segment is that we watch pageants, Miss America, Miss World, Miss Universe. Of course, they have to be selected from every region that they're from. So like you have Miss New Jersey, Miss New York, and things like that. But we watch all these pageants and we see them modeling bikini and gowns, and they show their talent, showcase their talents, and they give their opinion on world peace and what they believe is important to them and important to society, and their goals and their visions and the things that they want to achieve, being in the role that they are competing for. And so Miss Universe from Buenos Aires, she's 6 years old, and someone said to me, she's so beautiful, I think that she did cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery. And I'm like, even if she got a facelift, I've been in California and I've seen women with facelift. And I remember one time I said to someone, and I'm not a gossiper, I don't laugh at people. I like people watching and stuff, but I do not make fun of people. I say what it is and I say how I feel and I feel how I say, and that's it. And I've seen people who, I said once to my friend, if this person smile, I'm telling you their face is gonna break. Because the plastic surgeons stretch back their cheekbones and everything so far back that you can tell it's like it's not even Botox. It was just like plastic surgery. And for this Miss Universe, I don't see that. And I'm used, because I've seen it so many times on women who have gotten facelifts. There's a nurse that I know, and I don't know her personally, but I've had conversations, not gossiping, but of offers made to other people to be in the profession that she's in, and she helps people who have had cosmetic surgeries, who has gotten a facelifts, to recover. She goes shopping with them, feed them the liquid diet that they're on, and help them to maintain their structure and their composure while they heal from the plastic surgery of facelift mostly. And I've seen what facelift can do to people. I've seen Botox, the difference between Botox and the difference between facelift. I haven't gotten any yet. Maybe when I get into my 70s or 80s, I'll get facelift. But I'm 43 right now. But it's not that I know it all, but I've actually seen the procedure from other people who experienced it, that you can tell that they had work done on their face. But this lady, she doesn't look like it, and she's so intelligent, so smart, and I'm just very excited that women got that empowerment. Like, I just feel like it was in God's timing for her to achieve this, accomplish this, that she can make other women understand that, yes, when you were growing up and you're so beautiful and you're in your 20s and everything, and then you're beautiful, that if you take care of yourselves, the more mature you are, the more of this beauty that comes out. Like me, I honestly feel that with my short hair, my natural hair, which is like the right hair, I'm more exotic than when I have extensions in. But for me, I don't like to roller set. I don't like to wash and then plait and braid and everything. I feel like when I have my extensions on, I just like do this and I go and I'm ready, you know? And I like that glamorous kind of thing. It does have some kind of eccentricity towards it, some kind of glamour towards it. But if you are like comfortable in you knowing that you are going to age, like it says that you're supposed to live to be 120 years old. Back in the days, women lived to be longer than 120 years old. There's a woman, the oldest woman in the world, she's 109 years old. You know, so that is 11 more years from being 120, which the Bible says you're supposed to live to be 120. And what extra step can be taken? She's still alive, this lady. Like just the necessary like family fun, laughter, your peace of mind is more important to you than anything else ever. And loving who you are and everything. And yes, exercise, be at the shape you want to be. Be in the, every person looks good. Like, you know, like for men, I'm attracted to chubby men for some reason. But whoever you are attracted to, whoever you are, be who you are and love who you are and be the person that you are supposed to be and focus on your peace of mind being intact and just grow and age well by taking care of yourself, fruits and vegetables and everything like that. And I've been doing it. I've just like, you know, being more aware of the natural process of instantaneous blessings, yes, but gradually things happen for you in your life. And that's what I want to talk about in entertainment today about, you know, Miss Universe. I'm not saying her name, but you can Google it. She's from Buenos Aires. And yes, I do remember her name. I just don't want to say that. You know, nobody's been paying me for marketing and promotion unless I reach out to them, and I didn't reach out to her at this instance for this. So I'll just say from Buenos Aires, Miss Universe, she's 60 years old, and congratulations. Also in entertainment, Mendiza, she's a gospel artist. She passed away, and people are saying that it's untimely pass away, and people are giving their opinion. Her dad voiced his opinion on social media, and people are saying things, but I just know for surety that, I mean, this month is a month for me where I have been dealing with grief because my grandmother, who is Almighty God, is the most important person in my life, and then my grandmother, and then my daughter. And people might think, oh, you're a daughter after your grandmother, but trust me, my grandmother raised me, and the person I am is because of my grandmother, and I'm comfortable with the person that I am. I give God praise, glory, and honor for the person that I am. And my grandmother passed away, and last year my sister and I went to Jamaica for a month to do a memorial celebration because I wasn't able to make it to the funeral for my grandmother. And so this year, because I'm doing surgery for fibroids and my sister got a job at Hermes, and you know, we had things scheduled in April, which got postponed for me in regards to my fibroid surgery for July. But we didn't get to go to Jamaica this month for the month, but we did a charity for my grandmother, and we sent up balloons, and on the day she passed and on the day of her funeral, we posted on social media and stuff like that. So I've been dealing with like loss, you know, this month of April, which is a great loss for me. It's not like a friend or a regular family member, but somebody who, you know, like is extremely important to me. So I understand, you know, like different things like that. And so, you know, people voice their opinion, but what I'll say is that when it's God's timing, it's God's timing. And at the end of the day is going to end. And when the day ends, it is written. And, you know, it says that Jesus is the author and finisher of our faith. He knows the end from the beginning. So he's already seen the journey. And along our journey, I believe, and I know that there's a prototype, which is the Bible that leads us to say, follow this prototype along the journey. And because he knows the end from the beginning, he already knows, but he's not going to tell us fully how it is mapped out. We have to live it out. And you have your free will. This is a prototype, and then here's your free will to a certain extent. So choose a prototype or the free will. And sometimes you're going to be choosing the prototype and you veer off to the free will, distractions and stuff like that, different like shortcuts, you know, off the road, like detours and things like that, which you don't have to take, but you do. Whatever distracts us. I'm not God, so I mean, he says that ye are gods even as our Heavenly Father is gods, but ye are gods like gods, and ye are gods but lower G, but I'm not the creator of heaven and earth. I'm not Almighty God. I depend on mighty God, but I know we have the prototype and we do have a free will. So every day we have to continue to want our free will to be according to the prototype so that we stay on the right path, so we experience less tragedies, less pain, less frustration, less anxiety, less pressure, less stress, and our peace of mind is intact. But let me tell you something. I know for sure when you pass and go on to the next life, that's how you're supposed to. And it seems brutal sometimes the way it might happen, but that's according to how we've transcended in our lives, the prototype and the free will. So I'm asking you to ask God to help you to have your free will in alignment with the prototype of how your life should be. And ultimately, there's only one true God. So you call the name that you want to call, but that name that answer for you, I know it's God, Jesus Christ is going to answer, but believe that you did not make yourself. It's not evolution. You are not a monkey or an ape that you just evolved and start standing straight. That's an animal. An ape and a monkey is an animal God made, and you are a human, and you're a spirit living in a human body, a physical form, and you have a prototype of the free will. So just have your free will align and know that your loved ones, just believe with faith, because without faith it is impossible to please God. If you don't believe you can't please God, you're going to be tormented. You have made hell on earth for yourself if you don't believe anything. Don't be hopeless. Have hope. So just believe that their loved ones are where they're supposed to be, and take care of people when they're here. People say give them their flowers. Be good, be good, be a good person while people are here. Don't get taken advantage of. Don't let people use you as a doormat. Don't let people run over you and take your kindness for weakness. Forgive 70 times 7, but there's some enemies that you love and some enemies you ask, shall I go up? That means, shall you go into battle with them? There's some enemies that they're Goliath, and you have to be David with a slingshot and defeat them. All right? And you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers of ruleness, powers of darkness, wicked people in high places. And those wicked people in high places are people. They're not a spirit, they're people. So recognize those people. That's not a person I'm supposed to love. If you're bringing me to destruction and trying to bring me down with you, discourage me and trying to distract me from my purpose, and you're envious and jealous of me, you are not somebody who's supposed to be in my life. Goodbye. And let them go. And you keep moving and prosper. But to the best of your ability, be loving to whom you're supposed, love who you're supposed to love, and let your free will align with the prototype, God's plan, God's purpose. All right. And so that's our entertainment segment. I'll play some music after this if you want to hear music, if you think it's only music that's entertainment. But like I said, entertainment, the pageant, the lady, she is 6 years old. She's Miss Universe. Entertainment, Mandisa, she passed, and everybody's questioning everything like that. I think God does everything in his timing. Music will go on. Gospel will go on. She's in a place that's better than here. Trust me. And we are here and we are occupying until God comes. And so while we're here, listen music, watch movies. Remember, The Chosen is coming out soon on a streaming platform that you love. Make sure to stream The Chosen. And there's so much more to entertainment. I watch at least 3 Netflix movies a day. And people are like, oh, you're not supposed to watch a lot of movies and stuff. No, I like movies. I like the message that it gives. I like music as well. So I watch Netflix a lot. And it helps me, my peace of mind and everything like that. And I read the Word of God. So whatever entertains you, make sure that it's good food for your mind, your soul, your body. All right? We'll be right back with today's lifestyle segment of Real Talk Self. I'm talking so much about what's in the Word. I'm sure I have good things to talk about in the fake segment. But when we come back after these sponsors' acknowledgement, we will speak about, if you live within Manhattan, watch Real Talk Self television show Fridays at 5:30 p.m. on Manhattan Neighborhood Network Channel 4 and also the HD channel. You can always watch a show worldwide. It streams live on mnn.org Channel 4 and HD. Make sure you tell your loved ones, everyone you know, okay, to watch Real Talk Self no matter where they are. If they're in New York City, watch it on television. And if they are anywhere else, they can watch it live stream on the television network's online portal. The RCN, Verizon, FiOS, and Spectrum television channels are posted on Instagram, and the Instagram handle is at Real Talk Self. Also below me right here, you can see the channel details and schedule for watching Real Talk Self TV show. If you want to send me messages in regards to being a guest on the show, let me know. And also any topics that you want me to speak specifically about in the entertainment, lifestyle, society news, or faith segment, I will do so. Whatsoever questions you have for me, just go ahead and message me on Instagram, instagram.com/realtalkself. And if you're already on Instagram, you can just go to the Instagram handle, Real Talk Self. Welcome back to Real Talk Self, your reliable source for society news, entertainment, lifestyle, and faith. I'm your host, Aisha. And before we get into our lifestyle segment, I want to thank you so much for watching our sponsors acknowledgement, which is One Woman Man, One Man Woman. And One Woman Man, One Man Woman dating feature is your reliable source for the dating brand above all for Christian singles. And it's One Woman Man, One Man Woman.love. That's the website, and you can download it from any device. It's an app that you are able to download, and you are able to meet Christian singles who want to be equally yoked, and their desire is to be married and be in a relationship, as the word says, one woman man, one man woman. So if you're a type of man who wants a one woman, and you're a type of man who wants one woman, and you're a type of woman who wants one man, you don't want to be dating a bunch of people. You just want to settle down and be in love and get married and be happy and have the beliefs and everything like that, be equally yoked, then that's fine. I mean, I would touch on different beliefs, but I don't know other beliefs. You know, I know what I know, and what I grow up with, and what I'm comfortable with, and what I know for sure that's what's worked for me. Is because, trust me, when I leave my house, a lot of people say hi to me. I get introduced to a lot of people, and I'm a shy person, but if I have to meet people and say hi, I will network and meet people. But at the end of the day is going to end. And when the day ends, you know, our yes have to be yes and our no have to be no. And two people can say, so I'm a female, born a female, happy that I'm a female, and I have a glass of water. So my water is distilled water in my glass. And this guy, his water in his glass is spring water. The content of each glass is water. Now, whether it's distilled water or spring water, we have to both agree that the glass is either half full or it's half empty. We both have to agree that it's water in the glass. I know Jesus turned water to wine, but in marriage, I'm not going to say that the water in my glass is wine when it's water, unless I taste it and it tastes like wine. But in this instance, it's water. It's distilled water in my glass. So once we're both agreeing that we both have water in our glass, my water is distilled water, your water is spring water, but it's water. We have to agree that it's half full or it's half empty. Because if we're arguing that, okay, my glass is half full, your glass is half empty, what is the point? What is the point? We have to come to some kind of acknowledging. And then, as a Christian, for me, basically, if my husband is saying the glass is half full, I'm supposed to say the glass is half full. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And women who are like, oh, we are not feminists, or, you know, we don't like feminist men, or men who think women are less than or anything like that, women are supposed to have their say-so, it's supposed to be that women aren't submissive to boyfriends, but we're submissive to husbands. So if the husband's saying the glass is half full, then it's half full. If he's saying it's half empty, it's half empty. That's why you have to choose correctly. So it's not somebody who is a knucklehead or egotistical or something that will just want you to look like an asshole, to say that you're stupid and you don't know what you're talking about, to analyze situation properly and make sure that you both grow together. So I am very happy about One Woman Man, One Man Woman, and the website is One Woman Man, One Man Woman.love. And my prayer, because I pray and intercede, and I believe that other people do as well, and they focus on the benefit and success of this dating feature, that people meet people who they are supposed to be united with. So go ahead and check it out. And then you have Christian Mingle and Tinder, where they say sign up and it's for free. So when you sign up, you sign up and then they're like, you can't do anything else. You can't talk up to anybody. You can't socialize with anybody. I'm saying come to One Woman Man, One Man Woman.love, which is our sponsored site, and talk to anybody you want to talk to. Do whatever you want to do. Interact with people you want to interact with safely. And make sure that you have the right intentions according to what the disclaimer, the terms and policy, the terms and conditions says, and the safety policy says, and you'll be fine. No manipulations, no hidden agenda. Just go to One Woman Man, One Man Woman.love. And I pray to God, my desire is that you meet the person who that you're supposed to be in love with and be fruitful and multiply with. Okay, so in our society, lifestyle segment, yes. So as you can see, for the past few episodes, I've been talking about eating healthy, exercising, being a certain way, and everything like that. And trust me, I believe that as a society, we cannot be one way. As a people, we can't just be everybody's skin or anything and everybody whatever. But me, I like to dress a certain way. I like to be a certain way and everything like that. And I like to wear tight clothes, and I like to fit in my clothes a certain way. And I'm still safe, sanctified, and I just like to be a certain way. So I want to be skinny and everything, and I want to eat healthy and stuff. My cholesterol is high. I have to do surgery for fibroids, and I have to take care of myself. And I have been. I take my multivitamins, and I take my hair, skin, and nails multivitamins, and I pray, and I, take my, I got from GNC this thing for makes your ab lose weight and everything like that, which I'm like, I eat Pernell, rice and peas, curry goat, curry chicken, pork. I love pork. If it's not the fatty part of the pork, I don't want it. Beef stew. I went to Rumbles yesterday and I got a big fish like this, fried, and I got like 2 large pork chops. I shared one of the pork chops with my neighbor, but the other pork chop was like this big. And I was like, oh my gosh, Aisha, it's summertime. My bikinis, I've already bought my swimsuits for the summer because I win souls at the pool. I'm the sexiest person at the pool, but I'm going to win some souls for Jesus. I'm going to tell you about Jesus. And because I'm not in Samaria, I'm not in those hot country where you wear the veil over your head and you have a full robe on. No. When I get hot, I don't even want to think about clothes. And so I bought my swimsuits already, and I'm like, I need to fit in them because they have to look a certain way on me. And so it's a fight and it's a challenge. And when the word challenge comes up, it means that you have to press and push and do what you know to do. And I'm trying to help you. If you're comfortable in your skin, praise to you. Good, good, good. I'm not taking away God's praise from him, but good. Congratulations. But for me, I have to be a certain way. And for those of you who are with me, I want to say to you that there is this thing that I've realized. Your body is like about 80% of water. And they say to drink 8 ounces of water daily. So before you eat, drink a large glass of water. After you eat, don't do like me. I just want to go to sleep. And I have my own business, and I do my TV show, which is very important to me. But when I eat, I want to take a nap. I've stopped that. When I eat, I wait and I drink a glass of water right after I eat again. And then I drink the wine and whatever I want to drink. But before I eat, I drink a glass of water. After I eat, drink a glass of water. Because when you get filled with the water, you don't eat as much as you normally would. And make sure to have a lot of fruits and vegetables, which is water-based. So if you have a problem, like when I eat rice and pork and rice and ribs and when I eat sushi and anything that I eat, I know chewing is important, but I enjoy the food so much that I chew very quickly. So what helps me is I eat a lot of salads and stuff. So it's all water. It's going to digest within 20 minutes. And I do that. And then I have this app on my phone that some days I walk to the store. Every Wednesday I go shopping at this one particular store. I only go shopping on Wednesdays. And I go there and I walk halfway and then I take public transportation the other halfway, or I call a Uber or Lyft, but mostly public transportation. And then I jog sometimes and I do my exercise, but I make sure I drink eight ounces of water, a glass of water like this big, right? Before I eat and after I eat. And then I stay sitting up for 20 minutes after I eat now. Before, I would just have the itis. I use another word, but my sister tells me, don't say that. Don't say niggeritis. Say the itis. And so I say the itis, but I make sure that I now sit up for 20 minutes. And it's a long 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay. So I find something to do, even though I just want to take a nap. But after I eat, I drink the water and wait 20 minutes, and then I'll take a nap or continue doing what I was doing before. All right, so remember, take care of yourself, drink a lot of water. You stay hydrated. A lot of times it's, your body just needs water and hydration. None of us really know what starvation is like. None of us suffer from malnutrition, really. We just so used to eating the cake and the pastry and the food we love, that we're like, if we don't have it for like at a certain time, we're like, I'm done, I'm starving. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. But if you drink a glass of water, it's so refreshing that you'll be like, I'm full. And do not go to the supermarket shopping before you eat. Eat some bananas, apples, salad, something. Eat before you go shopping for groceries, because you'll be full and you won't overspend on things that you're going to have in the pantry for a long time that you're not even going to use. All right. So that says, and then with lifestyle, that's what I want to talk about, our health and our well-being. And I'm not a big exercise person, but walking is good. Okay, hold on a second. This here is bothering me, but it's all right, good. So walking is good. Jogging is good. Cardio and all of that. But for people who don't like to exercise, do some stretches. YouTube stretching videos standing up, and Pilates, and make your body active and everything like that, and you'll be good. I'll be right back with our faith segment. I'm interested to know what the faith segment is about, because I'm just gonna let the Holy Spirit take over with this one. All right. If you live within Manhattan, watch Real Talk Self television show Fridays at 5:30 p.m. on Manhattan Neighborhood Network Channel 4, and also the HD channel. You can always watch a show worldwide. It streams live on mnn.org Channel 4 and HD. Make sure you tell your loved ones, everyone you know, okay, to watch Real Talk Self, no matter where they are. If they're in New York City, watch it on television. And if they are anywhere else, they can watch it live stream on the television network's online portal. The RCN, Verizon, FiOS, and Spectrum television channels are posted on Instagram, and the Instagram handle is at Real Talk Self. Also below me right here, you can see the channel details and schedule for watching Real Talk Self TV show. If you want to send me messages in regards to being a guest on the show, let me know. And also any topics that you want me to speak specifically about in the entertainment, lifestyle, society news, or faith segment, I will do so. Whatsoever questions you have for me, just go ahead and message me on Instagram, instagram.com/realtalkself. And if you're already on Instagram, you can just go to the Instagram handle, Real Talk Self. Welcome back to Real Talk Self, your reliable source of society news, entertainment, lifestyle, and faith. I'm your host, Aisha, and you are tuning into the faith segment of Real Talk Self. So, on the faith segment, we're going to talk about faith. And now that I've said the word faith, we're going to break it down. So there's hope, there's belief, there are desires, there are wants, there is needs. So you can desire something, you can want something, you can hope for something, you can need something, you can want something. And then you can pray for something. And you can just know that, okay, it is what it is, so to speak. And like I said in the previous segment, it is written. At the end of the day's going to end. And when the day ends, it is written. But when I said we're going to talk about faith, because in Hebrews, it talks about what the definition of faith is. And the definition of faith is, now faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So, in other terms, to the best of my ability to describe this for you, is faith is what you want to happen. And when it hasn't happened yet, you believe that what you want to happen is going to happen. And the fact that you believe that what you want to happen is going to happen, it happens. But in the process of believing that what you're going to want to happen is going to happen, there are going to be forces that come against you to make you doubt, have disbelief that what you want to happen, that what you're believing to happen is not going to happen. Because then there wouldn't be evil and good. There wouldn't be good and evil. There wouldn't be God and the devil. Because if you're believing for something and it's so magnificent that people be like, how is that going to happen? To you, of all people, you're 60 years old and you're going to be Miss Universe? How is that possible? No amount of plastic surgery won't allow that to happen. Excuse me? You just have to believe that it is not your responsibility to figure out how it's going to happen. Your responsibility is just to believe that what you hope for will happen. Believe that it's going to happen. And in order to do that, it takes something more powerful than yourself to make that happen, to make the manifestation of what you want be. Okay? So, now, you don't want to believe for something to happen that you are capable of doing on your own. Because if that's the instance, then it's just something that you can do. But why live a life where you want something to happen that you can make happen for yourself? That's simple. It's good to achieve things. It's good to accomplish things. But when you have faith and God does it for you, it's still even better. Because then it stretches you from your comfort zone, from your limitations of yourself. You don't want people to put you in a box. You don't want people to say, this is your job description. This is your major in college. This is your certification. This is your minor in college. This is your capability. This is your IQ. This is how far your family has achieved. This is your bloodline, what they have achieved. This is your resources can achieve. You have $5. This is what $5 can buy you. This is how far you can come. The sky's the limit. This is how far you can reach. You don't want that, because then that's nothing. You want to prove those people wrong who don't believe in you. You want to prove to yourself that you are more than what you see in the mirror. You are more than what your natural mind can comprehend. You are able to do things that are so beyond your spectrum and your view and your capability as a person day to day. You want to show and know for you. You want to show to other people and know for you that you are made and created with a purpose. Whether you are born in a married family or an unmarried family, whether they say you are planned or not planned, you are not a mistake. You're able to achieve things. Whatever you do in life, if you're a janitor, if you're a teacher, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a business person, you're whatever you are able to excel in what you are doing. And if you know you're in your purpose, when you do something that you do it because you love it and you are so natural at it and nobody cannot stop you, and you excel in what you're doing, because many people do excellent things, but you excel at them all. When you're excelling what you're doing, it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter how soon millions or billions of dollars come. When you love it and you are not stressed, people are not calling you middle of the night, stressing you and embodying your peace of mind is important, and you are experiencing joy and life more abundantly. You go on your vacation, you hang out with your family, you laugh, you enjoy yourself, you're fulfilled within yourself. Everything else that's for you will be for you. And nothing that God ordained for you, nobody cannot stop you from getting it. When you make that up in your mind, you know that you are a force to reckon with. And you just have to know that there is a time frame and a time span to everything. There's a time. People might think that you're supposed to accomplish something at this moment. It's not up to them when you're supposed to accomplish something. It's up to God. And when you see that you are going through a process of God blessing you, He does some blessings spontaneously and some gradually. When you know that you're not being lazy, you're not procrastinating, and you're motivated, and those days when you're down and those days when you're unmotivated, you know, you get yourself, you pick yourself back up and you encourage yourself and you want to press forth and you have a mind to press forth. When you see that God is in a process, you follow that process and just keep believing. And with that said, I'm going to end this session. Have faith and know and believe. Have faith in God, because without faith, it is impossible to please God. And Abraham was considered righteous just because he believed that God would do something that he didn't even know. God told him to leave his home, his country, people he knows, the things he was familiar with, his stability of his family who had inheritance from him and everything, and go to a land where he knew nothing about. Tell his wife they're leaving and go to a land they know nothing about. And he believed God and followed Him, and he was considered righteous. And now we here, living and believing in that predestination and that ordinance, know that we are experiencing the goodness and the blessings of the Mosaic and the Abrahamic covenant on our lives. And you have to believe that. If you're not doing it for you, do it for your children. Do it for your grandchildren. A good man, a good person, leave an inheritance for their children. So you might not live to see the benefit of the pressure and the things that you're doing, and it's nothing compared to the glory that shall be revealed in you. So press forth and do good and do what you're doing, because it will benefit your children and it will benefit your children's children. And your family, your relatives, and your friends will be blessed from the life that you've lived. And you will make things easier for them. So you live an abundant life, but make sure that you're living your abundant life, and also that it benefits the people who you're bringing with you as well. God bless you. Thank you for watching the Real Talk Self TV show, and we'll meet next time. Stay connected with me via social media, Instagram preferably, at Real Talk Self. God bless.